Go for it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Joe Code Podcast. This is your host, Joe Marrese. We are here with episode 160. That is 160 episodes of Joe Code. Thank you all for being a part of it. And if you're new to the podcast, get caught up. All right? Get to work. Get caught up. We have a repeat guest today. Pleasure to have him back. He was our original guest, our first guest of the show. This is the podcast of food, beer, and dipshits. And we have one of the biggest dipshits here today, JT Parr. Welcome to the podcast. How'd you like that?
What?
Get off your phone. Yeah, that's why I said that, man.
Oh, my bad, dude. What's going on?
Welcome to the podcast of Food, Beer, and Men. This is Joe Code Podcast. Thanks for asking to be on instead of being invited on. So that's always cool.
I want to footnote that every time I've been on, it's because I've asked to be on.
Well, I try to have new people on every time.
I'm not offended. I'm not bothered.
Not every
I just
time.
want people to know I put in the sweat to get here.
All right, well, thanks for doing that. I guess anything to get out of the house to avoid taking care of those kids. All you do is escape responsibility.
Okay, first of all,
That's the name of your game.
First of all, I don't talk about my kids publicly.
Don't hate the game. Hate the
I don't
player.
talk about my children publicly because some things are sacred. But I will say one thing. How would you even know
About what?
about the kids I don't talk about?
Yeah, I don't have kids. I'm just saying.
No, what I mean, you know what I mean.
I'm not going to talk about your kids. I'm just saying you like getting out of the house.
I do like getting out of the house. I will admit that.
Everybody needs a break.
But Aaron, do you know what I'm trying to say right now? Is this guy's the motherfucking godfather? Excuse my language.
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy's the godfather.
Yep.
I got to bring the kids literally to where he's sleeping for him to say hello to them.
Thank you.
I have to ambush you with the children.
Also, I didn't know I was godfather to both kids.
Yeah, you learned that a couple weeks ago.
That was news to me. That was not the original. That was not what I was told originally.
What I forget. I'm pretty sure you were for both. But did I tell you you were just for the boy or something?
Yeah. Yes.
That was also my understanding.
Yeah, that might have been the case. But at some point, I was like,
Because I thought you said your brother and his wife were going to be.
no, Joe Pelazzone's also godfather to
Or
the two.
Joe,
of them.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys are both godfather to both of them.
Wow.
I kind of make up the rules. I mean, we haven't even done a
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even
baptism.
matter anyway. I mean, my.
I just wanted to honor you as something.
Like, mine and my brother's godparents are, like, just some of our aunts and uncles, and then my sister's, like, my parents' good friends, and, I mean, it's whatever.
You know what? And here's the thing, too. I almost never leave. I'm probably one of the best dads that's ever lived. I love those Bajuber Badittos. I mean, Aaron, I'm clearing you by a country mile.
I don't know.
Come for it.
Is it a dad off,
Aaron's a
dude?
pretty good dad.
No, he does seem like he's. I look up to Aaron. I'm trying to do it, too.
Any, are you and the lady talking about any kind of wedding plans, or is that in talks?
Bro, so yes, absolutely.
Okay,
I've
great.
been dragging my feet on it a little bit, just because getting the ring is tough, like a long process.
okay.
But I'm gonna propose. I have a whole plan, babe. I hope you're not listening to this, and I'm excited.
She's not listening.
I mean, I do feel some consternation about it, where I'm like, I just don't want to be married. Period. I think that's just kind of.
Consternation. Define consternation.
I think it's like stress or frustration or worry about something.
Okay.
Or inner anguish. Is
I'm
probably
not
most
sure if
accurate.
that's a real word, actually.
No, he's right, and he nailed the definition. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
and
Joe,
please
you might just
a-
have to eat shit on that one.
Please
partner.
have a big wedding, or at least where friends and family are invited. Don't do one of these small things where it's like just you guys.
Dude, so can I tell you what the plan
Okay,
was for that? 'Cause
I need this party.
so
I need parties.
we're not thinking party, but my girlfriend, soon to be wife, if she says yes, she likes libraries a lot, and California has beautiful libraries. So I want us to get married at a library, but here's my sick twist on it.
Oh, I think my cousin did that.
She's pretty liberal. The two prettiest libraries in LA, Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan. So we're going to get married at one of their joints.
Where are those at?
I think the Nixon one is like in Van Nuys, and the Reagan one I think is on the west side, but I'm not sure.
No, Reagan's in Simi Valley.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not actually a library. I don't know.
Is it more of like a museum type?
It's a
thing?
museum.
maybe,
They have
yeah.
Air Force One there.
I've been to the Nixon one. The Nixon one's beautiful.
They play the movie Air Force One
I wish.
with Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he's a good guy, good leader.
Yeah, that. Speaking of those weddings, that's gonna bring me to this sucks for this week. This sucks for this week is the private wedding, the small wedding. Okay, this sucks. All right, us in society, we look forward to these parties. We need these nights out. We need that cocktail hour. We need that nice dinner. We need that dancing. We need this party, okay?
Major disagree. I'm tired, man. I'm 36.
Just have a party. I want to
I've
be...
been to 600 weddings. There's no more
Good.
meat on the bone. I have danced to Justin Timberlake, Can't Fight This Feeling, for the last time. I can't fight this feeling anymore.
Yeah, you don't have
I don't
to
want
dance.
a big
Sit
wedding.
down.
And I was the best on the floor. I was the wedding guy. But at a certain point, you got to hang up the jersey, bro.
Fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't really dance anyway. But,
Big pivot.
yeah, I mean, you do.
Would you, if you were getting married, would you go big on the wedding? I don't think you would. You get married in a closet.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's whatever.
And I'm not making a sexual orientation joke there.
Yeah, no, I get that. You're just saying it would be small. But
Yes.
I mean, I would do whatever the lady wanted.
That's true. I mean, I think my lady, she's not a big party person, but she'll want some folks there. We'll end up having like a party with like 40 to 50 people maybe.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what the hard part is, man? Is then you go, oh yeah, well why don't I invite this person? That would actually be nice to have that person. And then you go, oh wait, it's never simple. It's, oh, I invite that person. Guess what? That means I have to invite this other person that I'm equally close to who will feel aggrieved if I only invited this other
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
And then you go, oh, wait, I just invited that person. Well, guess what that means? Now I got to invite two people off that. And it's spider webs until you've just got a huge situation where you feel totally under the magnifying glass. You're
Sure.
not relaxed. We all got enough stress in our lives anyways. Just let me live, bro.
I've been snubbed on a few wedding invites for sure.
You've called me about it.
At least two.
You've been pissed.
That's why we didn't do a wedding party on either side. We're just like, we don't need to decide who's our best friend.
No, but I'm just talking about the
Totally.
invite in general. I wasn't invited to the venue. There was no mailed invitation. I was left out.
That's what we're talking about.
No, he's talking about the wedding party. Like,
Yeah.
Isn't that the same
like people,
thing?
no, people
Well, no,
standing
that-
up in the wedding.
Yeah, people.
Oh,
groomsmen and
sorry.
bridesmaids.
Right, we're talking
Right.
the
Yeah, I missed
elite
it.
of the elite there.
Yeah, that is tough. I wouldn't want to do groomsmen. Especially
Yeah,
now,
it would be
I've
tough.
been groomsman at some weddings, not bragging, but like a ton of times guys have wanted me there. And I'd feel so bad not bringing them up for me, so I'm just going,
Yeah.
I
nobody.
got you. Now, have you thought of a new hairstyle at all, or are we just rocking these curls all the time?
Well, big news, I am letting it go gray on the sides a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm no longer coloring
you'd
it.
look good with like a little buzz, like almost a buzz cut.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
getting a little thin at the temples. I'm going to do hair transplant there, and I might steal the hair from my boy.
Don't do that.
I'm doing it, dude. It works. And it's
I-
worth it.
I mean, I don't
It
think
works
you
if
should
you
do that.
work it and you're worth
I
it.
don't think your mom would be like that if you do that.
My mom would love that.
JT, why are you gonna get the hair transplant?
Where's my mom
Isn't that how
from?
she talks? She's from Colombia. JT, don't get the transplant.
Yeah, right. When your dad calls you.
Yeah, what about it?
Hey, Joe. Hey, Dad.
No, he doesn't talk.
Hey,
like that.
Dad. Dad.
He was.
Dad, what's your favorite sports ball? A football or a basketball?
he wasn't.
Good question, Joe. I like the way a basketball bounces. Footballs
Okay,
are oblong.
that's way worse an impression than the one I did.
You guys are just getting these like inane conversations about like the minutia of nothing.
No, we don't.
Now, my mom will be psyched if I get a hair transplant. My mom's pro upkeep.
All right,
She'd be like, JT, you were perfect. And then she'd be
yeah,
like,
see, that was
You
but I also
now,
support.
no, that was good.
But she'd also be like, I support you, whatever you do. Like she's so sweet.
That's true.
That's how
true.
she talked. I pictured your mom when Aaron said that. That was a good impression.
I remember when Aaron's mom called into the podcast. She was like,
Hey, Aaron, why'd they trade Nolan Arenado?
Yeah.
They haven't.
that was the worst part. She had her info wrong. And none of us would correct her.
Yeah, calling it.
Aaron didn't correct her. He let her just get away with that stuff.
Now you guys do
and
a
that's
lot
why
of,
she stormed the Capitol.
I would not. She might.
Now you guys do a lot of call-ins on your show now.
Yes.
I mean, can we put a time limit on some of those? Because I've been on the pod, and you guys got guys rambling on the phone for like 10 minutes, and I'm like falling asleep. I'm like,
It's a really good point. I think we do ramble too long.
it's rambling.
But sometimes
ramble
it's
on.
not a ramble.
Led Zeppelin.
Ramble on. Sometimes it's not a ramble. Sometimes I think one of the things that bugs me about call-ins is that you don't actually get to know the other person, and it feels like they're just fodder for comedy. And you know me, man. I want to get under the hood. I want to know what I'm working with, and I really want to help this engine
Just
run.
keep it like sports talk radio. I'll hang up and listen. That's what they say on there.
That's true. Yeah, we'll speed some of them up, but sometimes you get good stuff, dude. Sometimes you want to really know the person. I want them to be three-dimensional.
Okay, fine.
But
Please keep your sandals on, okay? If we're gonna have exposed feet.
I just boosted your viewership by 6,000%.
Yeah, people are gonna be into those
Those not bad looking feet.
corns on the bottom of your feet.
What do you mean corns?
I don't know.
Let me get my toes closer so it looks more appetizing.
So, oh yeah, I wanted to ask you this.
Beef or like something?
No. The Tom Brady roast. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So, I was at the Comedy Store that night. They had the after party at the Comedy Store. I think I told you this. I met Drew Bledsoe, right? Did I tell you that?
No.
Oh, okay. And I figured out that was I think that is my, like, whoa, like, I would be like starstruck or like, whoa, look at this guy. Because, like, I saw Drew Bledsoe, and he walked at me. I was like, hey, you're Drew Bledsoe. And I, like, shook his hand, and he gave me, like, a bro hug. And I figured out, like, 90s quarterbacks, it'd be like oh, look at this guy. Like,
Dude, I love that.
I
think you're
like
right
if
on
I
the
saw
money.
Vinny Testaverde or Scott Mitchell, okay, I'd freaking probably lose it.
All right, so let's do the top 5 right now. Number 1, Brett Favre.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna. Oh, of like who?
Of the 90s
Well, yeah.
quarterbacks who would blow our hair back the
Yeah,
most.
probably Brett Favre.
Number 2, do you count Marino and Elway and Aikman as 90s guys or
Sure.
they're 80s guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2 for me would be Marino. Number 3 would be Elway. Number 4 would be, I'll go offbeat like you just did. I'll go
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon at 4, and then
Oh,
I'll
wow.
go Elway at 5.
Nice.
Dude, actually, just to flex a little bit too, I just interviewed Warren Moon's old agent, Lee Steinberg, who
Really?
Jerry Maguire's based on.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and he went through hell trying to get Warren Moon signed in the NFL because at that point there was no black quarterbacks and there was all that shit. So
yeah, there was. Wasn't there?
No, he had to go to the Canadian Football League for a while just to get a starting job.
I'm trying to think of. No, I'm thinking of somebody.
No,
else.
because Joe, you don't know, there used to be like racism.
Yeah, I remember that.
And in sports, it
saw that.
permeated, and they wouldn't even let colored guys play baseball.
Hey, you better watch it with that.
It's a history lesson. This is a guy who doesn't know.
No, but I wanted to ask you, who would be your, like, whoa, like, look at this. Like, who would it be for you?
Brett Favre would be pretty high up
No,
there.
I mean, I'm talking about a group of people. Like, are you on the same
I'm kind of on the
me?
same page. I'd say
Yeah.
90s quarterbacks.
Okay.
You kind of nailed it. I can't off the the most my girlfriend says I've ever been starstruck is we went to a concert and I saw Gareth Bale, who is like a winger in a.
Is that Christian Bale's?
He's like I think he's from Wales, and he played for Real Madrid. He's a soccer player,
Oh.
and he's fast as shit. And I saw him at a concert. I went, "Oh my God, are you Gareth Bale?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Whoa, cool."
I would recognize, I think, 2 soccer players if I saw them.
But
Lionel Messi and Ronaldo.
those are good.
That's it.
I definitely think.
Other than that, I don't think I'd recognize one soccer player.
For me, it's athletes are number 1, and then directors are number 2. for people I'd geek on.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because like comedians, I know all of them, so it's like I'm not really, they don't really geek me out because like I know them personally.
Yeah, and I think comedians and actors, not that cool of people.
Yeah,
I geeked on Frank Darabont once. He loved it.
That's sick as shit.
that's
yeah.
a director.
I geeked on James L. Brooks. I saw him in a Norm Macdonald show, and I was like, oh my God, you're James L. Brooks. And he was like, yeah.
Nice.
But Darabont, I mean, Shawshank, Green Mile.
Yep.
Wow.
The Mist.
Heavy hitter, dude.
Yeah, like the other night I was talking
Majestic.
to Theo Vaughn and Neil Brennan.
Sure.
Do you know who those guys are?
Yeah.
You know them?
Of course.
Well, yeah, they were razzing me a little bit because they're like, they were complimenting like how great I looked. They were saying like Theo was like, couldn't believe because I haven't seen him in a bit because he's not in town that much. You know, he's in Nashville a lot, and he's like, well, man, what did you do? And then he goes into his whole Theo thing where it's like, yeah, I used to know this ugly guy who blah blah blah. He went in the bayou, and then he, like that guy to talk about looks. I mean, he looks like a frickin' Joe Dirt and Kid Rock's son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he looks like a hedgehog that got sent through a grass cutter.
Shit.
Dude, I will say though, looks wise, you're definitely. I said this to you the other night. You're in your second prime.
Yeah.
Like you had your first prime, gorgeous. And then you went through a transition period, and now you're in your second prime, and you're gorgeous.
Yeah, I think Neil said something like, from here, like from your mouth up, it's changed, or so. I don't know.
You do. You look lighter. You look. You know what? Too. You look like you're in your happy phase. You look happy.
Like Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
It's my happy place.
Go to your happy place. What would be at your happy place? Nothing. Just some laundry machines.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I gotta do that after this. I know you told me to come by, but I might not be able to.
Dude, you piece of shit.
I gotta wash my duvet
You're
cover.
coming over. I'm driving. You're coming over and you're seeing the
Hey,
kids.
spell duvet. Do you know how to spell it?
Duvet,
Damn it.
motherfucker.
So
Now get your ass over to the house and come say hi to the kids for 5 minutes.
Aaron, what
I
were
get
you
so
gonna,
mad.
What were you gonna say earlier? I think I cut you off.
When?
I don't know, a few minutes ago.
Can we cut my curses?
No.
All right, copy.
All right, so we talk food, beer, and men here. Have you discovered any good beers lately?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I'd love
Easy
to hear.
Rider.
Okay, I'm not talking about ones that sponsor you.
Easy Rider's the best beer I've ever had.
Really?
Gold Coast, baby.
You're not kidding.
It's the best there is.
All right, I gotta try it. Yeah, I've had one recently called Careless Whisper.
Ooh.
Really good.
Like the George Michael thing.
Yeah. Nice Pilsner out of Washington. I mean, California, Oregon, and Washington, unbelievable, phenomenal beers. Them, and then Illinois, Indiana. I mean, I think those are my favorite beer states.
Do you think it's because California, Oregon, and Washington, we like when things are nice? And if you're from like the East Coast, you kind of like when things are shitty?
I guess, yeah, because like East Coast, I mean, people email me, let me know some of your good local beers. I really just haven't spent enough time out there.
They're like, I like a cigarette and coffee and like shitty ham on like some stale bread.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember, like in New York, like when you're in New York City, I don't know like what their, I don't know if they have like the local. I mean, are there breweries over there even? There's got to be. But,
I think in Brooklyn they got a couple, but it's not like out here, man.
Yeah.
It's not like San Diego.
or even like the Chicagoland area. Like it's so oversaturated now. The market on like beers, it's like it's wild, but it's good. I mean, I love them. I try them. I'll try. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just
Made my
repositioning.
freaking
dude.
microphone bounce.
Don't.
Here, now.
Don't, because here's the thing, dude. I'll rock you on camera.
All right, now you started.
You know I will too. You know if I get my mitts on you, I'll control you. And if I got you, you're clamped.
Bullshit.
You know it, dude.
Do you ever feel like a bitch when you're with Kevin? Does he intimidate you? We had a great show the other night. Bros Before Joe's. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. That was at
was a fun
at
show.
the Comedy Store
Wait,
in the Belly Room. It was sold out.
Why the Kevin question?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Do you feel intimidated around Kevin?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Because you did he knock you off balance a little bit?
With what?
No, I don't know.
At the show?
Yeah, you know what?
Well, you know what? It took him a minute to, like, we had this thing planned where he was supposed to come out and interrupt me with the song, and it took him, like, a little bit longer, so I was kind of, like, up on stage, kind of, like, waiting for him, but I just kept talking. I didn't want to, I hung in the pocket, but he took, like, 2 or 3 minutes to come interrupt me when it was supposed to be, like, 30 seconds.
It's nice seeing him because he's putting a lot of energy into the show.
Yeah, he is.
And it's nice. He's bringing a lot of personality to it. There's a lot of interstitial stuff and just a lot of enthusiasm, which is great.
But that's going to bring me to I'm going to do a Joe code for this week, and it is this is especially for comedians out there. This is comedians. If you're running a show, plan out all the details as best you can, because me and Kevin he was singing me a song, and I didn't want it to be like a 9-minute Champagne Supernova kind of song.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be like 2 minutes.
He'll go.
And the guy's he's jamming.
Is it about dicks?
For like a few minutes. Yeah.
If it's about dicks, he won't stop.
He was jamming, and then he didn't even sing. I'm like, are you going to sing the song? Because I wanted to do some comedy during that, and he like cut my set short.
His joy and Chad's to a certain degree is just like taking the word dick and like making it like food and feeding it to you until you're stuffed.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a great show. You, me, Strider, Chad, Kevin.
Yep.
Steph Tolev, Annie Letterman, Laura Peak. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
The crowd was great.
Yeah.
Everyone had good sets.
And we got another one on August 14th, Wednesday night, 10:30 again at the Comedy Store, Belly Room.
I saw Don Barris talking to you too and being like, hey man, good turnout here.
Yeah, Don, I'm well respected over there. Yeah, Don will shout me out a lot during his sets. He's like, I just want to acknowledge Joe in the back there. He keeps his place running.
When you think about
which is not untrue.
I think in all of art, right, you're representing a kind of person. That's your audience. Like the kind of person you are, you find them and they support you. And everyone has their own like small niche. And a lot of it is like you grow up and then you change niches, or you're trying to find who your people are.
Yeah.
And for you, do you think it's people who fart?
Sure. I'll take that. Yeah, let those farts out. You cook now again, right?
Yeah.
Now what are we cooking these days, Emerald?
Nothing too crazy. For the first couple months I was cooking, I was doing like a lot of fun recipes. I do like lettuce wraps one day, I do sun-dried tomato pasta the next day, then I do like a ziti, then I do like elk salad. I was just mixing it up. Now I'm back to kind of just the basics. I cooked flank steak for the kids the other day, and then I made some rice and beans for me and my lady to eat with it. And then this morning I made I blended some eggs and cottage cheese, and then I cooked up some broccoli, and then I cooked some bacon.
Scrambled eggs?
So I just put the eggs in the blender with the cottage cheese.
What did that look like?
Shit. Slightly less yellow. And then I put it in the pan, and I almost did like a frittata, and then I sprinkled the broccoli and bacon on top, and that was for all of us this morning.
How was it?
It's delicious.
Really? Wow.
Sometimes we'll put them we'll bake it too. I'll just put that into like a muffin thing, and you just get a bunch of bites, and then you can just pick at it throughout the day.
Oh yeah, one of those muffin things. What? Where are you buying your elk from?
So a Handy Market in Burbank has like a fun so here's like the butcher. I'll go there, I'll get some New York strips, I'll get some flank steak, I'll get some chicken cutlets. But then I turn around and they got like the fun stuff in a little cooler, and I'll just pick at that and get like duck bacon. I just like to do stuff that's different because it excites me to try it out.
Duck bacon? Pass.
I think, dude, come over, I'll make you some stuff. I'm having a lot of fun out there. Aaron, did you ever think you'd see the day?
No.
I mean, I was ordering food every meal.
Yeah.
I was an idiot. I was like
ordering coffee.
I was ordering coffee.
I've done that.
It's just a total buffoon. And And yeah, now I'm having a lot of fun at home just whipping stuff. And dude, feeding the kids, like when I made flank steak the other day and just ripping it up and watching them go to town on it is very satisfying.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. I got a bunch of video of them eating. It's really fun.
Wow, that's great. Now, I don't know if we talked about this ever. Like, I mean, we talk sports, obviously, but, like, as far as athletics go, I forget, were you a good athlete? Did you play a lot of sports growing up?
No, terrible athlete. Very slow. My dad said when I was in Little League, when I was running the bases, it looked like I had a backpack on and someone was pulling on it.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
But I was kind of a jersey chaser. I always hung out with athletes, and I was always super competitive. So I was always trying to, like, backyard sports with real athletes. I'd be like, hey, let's play basketball, let's play football. And I played beach volleyball, like, every day when the weather permitted. So I was always active, but I just didn't have enough size, speed. And also I went to schools where everybody was pretty good at sports.
Okay.
So it was tough. But I played football my senior year of high school.
Oh, okay.
And I was bad.
I guess that's one of the differences between us.
Yeah, but you went to like a Division VI school in Chicago that had like 400 dregs of society there that none of whom were going to go on. All my buddies went on and played like college sports. Like these were actual athletes. If I would have gone to your school, I probably would have won the Heisman.
I had a couple. Hey, I grew up an all-star in Park Ridge baseball. We had a couple guys go pro.
But when you say grew up, you mean like in second grade you were decent? And then you kind of plateaued?
Me? No, I was an all-star every year. I played 4 years of high school baseball.
I've seen you play baseball. You're pretty good. But I've played sports with you. You're not a better athlete than me. Like, we've played basketball together, and you're trash.
You just told me, well, that's just false.
When we were in Highland Park with Reggie and Joe, this was like 6 years ago, we went and played basketball.
I quit basketball my sophomore. I could have stayed playing I could have been a 3-sport athlete for 4 years. So you're not a better athlete. That's wrong. Very wrong.
Look, are
wrong
you
to quite
Are you
wrong.
better at the team sports? I'll probably give you that. I wasn't very good at team sports. But when it comes to the ultimate
Team
sport,
yeah, maybe I'm sure you're a better volleyball player than me.
100%. But when it comes to the
I hate
when it comes to the real and only
Hurts
sport,
my wrist.
which is two guys go into a room and only one guy can come out, that's the realest sport. I would just absolutely.
That's not a sport.
It's however I want it, whenever I want it.
I don't like
Thank God I don't want it.
Hey, you know
Thank
what?
God for you, I don't want it.
I'm not a combat sports guy.
No, you're not.
I don't like combat.
And my thing was that I remember.
I don't watch it. I'm not going to it.
Do you know DeMar DeRozan and Brandon Jennings, NBA players?
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan.
I knew them.
Got rid of them.
You know what? I knew them growing up. Great guys, by the way. Super nice dudes. Good guys.
Really?
I would try to fight them.
Where did DeMar go to
And
school?
I would be so annoying about it. They'd just be like, all right, man, you'll win. They would say I won just out of not wanting to keep going.
Did he go to your high school?
Brandon went to my junior high, and DeMar did not, but he played on the same AAU team as Brandon and some other buddies of mine, so I'd see him. Very nice guy, both of them. Good dudes.
What do you think about kickball?
I haven't played since
it's so
seventh grade, but
stupid.
it was fun.
It was kind of, but then it was like people would like run up. You know, they roll the ball. It's like you're running in front of the plate. It's like, what are the rules here? I don't like that.
Yeah, they should. I mean, I never seen anyone get too close to the pitcher. Are you seeing people? They're like 15 feet up from the plate.
The pitcher will roll it, and then the batter just like running up to kick it.
I think you're right. I think you're allowed to run up, but you have to
might
make
not have any
contact
legs.
at the home plate.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Aaron, are you watching this guy John Boy's videos on TikTok and Instagram where he mouth reads what umps and managers are saying to each other when they have conflicts?
No.
It's awesome, man. You should check it out.
Oh, and then he like makes.
But he's not making
words.
jokes. He's actually telling you what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
And they're really funny interactions and interesting too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're wild.
The umpires are normally wrong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've seen some umpire videos on YouTube where they show the coach and an ump arguing, and it just, man, some of the worst language you ever heard.
They curse fast.
Yeah.
Cool job where you can do that.
Yeah.
Come on, Mitchell. You know that's not a strike. You've been calling that bullshit all day.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I had a bit of an altercation in the game last night.
Yeah, let him have it.
With a woman.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's always tough.
Did you say anything gendered to her when you guys were battling?
Maybe. So, so.
Did you say like, "Hey, sweet cheeks"? That might look okay
No, I
in the
didn't.
kitchen.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't say that. I did. I don't know, maybe. I was going first to third on a single to left field, and as I'm getting to third, I notice the third baseman is a woman, and she's annoying. She's always annoying, and every time we play her, she's annoying. And she's good enough to play with guys in a B division. Like, that's cool. That's a great accomplishment. Get the fuck out of my way. So, like, as I'm coming towards third base, I'm like, hey, I'm coming. Get out of the way. Move over, something. And we both smashed, like, thighs into each other because she didn't move. The ball was never being thrown.
She was in the baseline?
She was obstructing, basically,
yeah.
And then she starts saying to me and pointing at the base, look how much base you have to touch. And it was fucking ridiculous. It was like,
yeah, that's great. What did the ump say?
What do you think umpire had nothing to do with it. It was just between the two of us.
Yeah, no one wants to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we it was a big inning for us, and we come back and take the lead, and then we go back out into the field, and I can hear her in her dugout telling her teammates what happened and saying there was like a full 8 inches
I'll give you
of
a full
base, and then I turned and just reflexively said, I'm a lot bigger than 8 inches, lady. And I meant like I'm a big guy. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Not. And then as soon as it flew out of my mouth, I was like, oh, fuck, that sounds like a dick thing.
Yeah.
And so I just turned and walked away from it and didn't, and then in her very next at bat, she crashed into our first baseman where there's literally a safety bag to
Yeah, what a
touch.
psycho. Yeah,
she's a lunatic.
what is she, like a freaking human bumper car?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But we won. She actually hit a ball right back at me in her last at bat. Slow, and I caught it.
You 100% in your subconscious meant it as a dick thing.
No, I didn't.
And I love that.
No, he meant like, no.
I'm a lot bigger than 8 inches? That's
Wide.
cock all day.
Wide.
No,
Yeah.
you meant cock, dude. I don't think you would have said that to an hombre had they said the
I would have absolutely.
An hombre?
that's guy in Spanish.
Yeah, I know.
Hermano.
Yeah, I definitely would have said that.
You let the lady know.
It probably would have
I
gotten
am
worse.
a threat.
It would have
and
been
a
worse.
sexual menace.
If it was a man on a man, I would have easily flown off the handle a lot more than it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have made him feel that 8 inches.
I didn't curse at all, so.
Well, that's good.
I'm just getting images of you just pinning a guy and just putting that big meat in his ass.
Well, yeah, if people don't get out of the way, that's
Yeah, I'm
Fucking
literally just trying to
bullshit.
save her from getting run into, and because I'm.
yeah. If there's
40
not, I mean, there's
I'm
not even
40
a throw.
I'm 41. There's no throw coming. I don't have great breaks. Like,
Yeah, she's got to get the fuck
I'm in
out of the
turf
way.
shoes on bad dirt. Like,
Is there a subtext here that we're like she's used to dainty women barely touching the bag as they take
no, I think she's.
third?
I
She's not
think-
used to like
No,
men
she's
like
playing the best.
locomotives.
Textually, is she's trying to be tougher than all of us. And
Icebox.
and it's not. It's so not.
Yeah,
necessary.
she's got an icebox complex. Little giants.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Should we bring back home plate collisions in professional baseball?
Nah, I don't think that's.
There's
good.
been some beef lately about obstruction at the plate.
I mean, it just doesn't really make sense. It's like the rest of baseball is avoiding contact, yet you're going to have this huge collision at the plate. Like, why?
I do miss
doesn't
it a
make
little
sense.
bit. I know concussions and stuff, but like, do you remember when the Marlins had their really cool World Series run, the second one with Pudge and Dontrell Willis?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it was really cool.
I
when
think
they
to
beat the
end one
Cubs
of-
in 03.
was that against the Cubs to end the series where one of your guys trucked him at the plate and then Pudge stood up and held the ball like this? And he held on to it?
I think it was the following season.
It might have been the World Series against the Yankees.
No, it was to get to the World Series.
It was to get to the World
But
Series,
it might have
right?
been against the Braves or something.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah.
I loved Pudge.
No, the Cubs and the Marlins. That was the NLCS
Was
that
it?
year. Yeah,
Then maybe it was the series before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing was the Cubs were 5 outs away.
And Josh Beckett was on that Marlins team, right?
Yep.
That was a good team.
Oh yeah.
Josh Beckett, Brad Penny, AJ Burnett.
Yeah, they had a fucking lineup or pitching staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really did.
Wait, was it that? But that wasn't the Cubbies, the Moises Alou Bartlett thing.
Yep.
That was that one.
That was
Yeah,
series.
that was 2003.
Whoa. Oh man, I just merged timelines.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, let me ask you this. Now, you have a lady. Now nowadays, do you think women in the straight dating world should be like going after guys more and making their feelings known to guys? Like, if they see an attractive guy, they should be going up to them. Because isn't it like, hey, women, you attractive ladies that hang out in groups, it's like, yeah, you guys know you're hot and this and that. So
I don't want to be falsely self-deprecating, but that would change my bottom line zero. Like, even if gals were hitting on guys, I don't know if I'd be getting that action. So for me, it was always about
I'm not talking about you
putting it out there
personally.
first.
I'm talking about
which I like.
societal.
I like striking out. I used to go to bars and make myself hit on 5
No, I
girls
don't
and
like
just
that.
feel the heat
No, but
of total
like last night.
no shotness.
Okay.
I just walk up to her and go, "Hi, I'm JT," and she go, I
Damn.
just take that. I just take that and be like, "Whoa, that feels like something."
No, like last night on the Comedy Store patio, like there was this group of like 6 attractive ladies, and like the security guard was like after they left, he's like they were mad no one talked to them. They said you and him were like really attractive. I'm like, okay, well, why don't you tell me that while they're still here, or why don't they freaking say something to me? Because I'm working, and it's like, yeah. If I go up to you, you know I'm into you. I don't know. I don't
think
know what
they-
I'm trying
I
to
think-
say even now.
No, I like what you're saying. I think it's us misunderstanding women, which is what they say is not necessarily what they want. So when they say, "Why didn't any guys hit on us?" I think they're minorly frustrated about that, but I think they like complaining more. So I think they're actually happy, and I don't think they actually wanted guys to hit on them.
Okay.
I think had a guy come up, they would have been like, "No."
I feel that.
So I don't know. It's just, they're tricky, man. Women are complicated. Men are too, but I'm just not as focused on it. Right?
I don't know. All right, let's do a This Is Great here. And my This Is
I love
Great
my girlfriend.
this week is
I love you, babe.
is a keep a burrito simple. I've been for a while get so much on a burrito, you get a bunch of toppings and then it gets delivered and then it's freaking soggy. So what I did last night, beans, rice, guac. Great stuff. No meat. Don't eat it. Keep it simple sometimes with the burrito and you'll be surprised. It travels well. It's delicious. I mean, if you're a meat guy, maybe get steak, cheese, and guac, something like that. Keep it simple. Don't always need to go crazy with the lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, salsa.
Isn't guac the main offender for the SOG?
No, lettuce usually.
Oh.
I'm all for this.
Thanks.
I like a tidy 3-ingredient burrito.
Yeah.
I agree.
Meat, cheese, fries.
BRC, beans, rice, and cheese.
Yeah.
Do you still rock cheese?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Good.
eat eggs and cheese,
Good.
but
Makes me happy, man.
try not to do it too much. You, hey, I was watching some of your Instagram. On your promo videos for, like, when you're going to cities, like, hey, get tickets here, like, why don't you give some more life to those? You're just very, like,
well, dude, thank you for
hey,
noticing.
guys, we're going to New Jersey, Jersey City, and Atlantic City. We hope to see it. Like, just be yourself.
I am doing.
Hey, it's JT, you know.
Hey, I'm Joe.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Seattle.
Shut up.
I'll probably eat some lettuce while I'm there.
No.
Hey, I'm Joe.
Do you want to do a bracket? You remember those?
Yeah, let me do a little more color though on.
And it's
on-
about baseball, so you better be.
Thank you for noticing my flat affect when I'm doing promotion, dude. Honestly, it's hard to do promotion, and if you're doing a couple cities, it's hard to get excited for promoting. I'm excited to go to all of them, but I'm not excited to promote all of them. So I try to do what feels real to me in the moment, and what feels real is just doing a very deadpan, flat promotion of it. And I hope it resonates. But I agree with you; it's not great right now, but I'm on a journey to find it.
Okay.
Ready for the brackets?
Okay, great. and it's a baseball bracket, so take it seriously because baseball's very important to me and Aaron. So don't.
I love
fuck this up.
baseball. Historically, I love baseball. It just sucks now. But in the 90s,
Does
it was
not.
the best. In the 90s, it was the best.
Yeah, because you're a roids guy.
I loved it. The pitching was better, too.
I didn't mind. I'm not saying, but baseball's still great.
Starters don't even
up.
throw innings anymore. It's all bullpen.
What are you talking about? No, no,
He's right.
it's not right.
And they get hurt a lot now. Everybody's Tommy John in every other
Justin
year.
Steele pitched a complete game the other day.
He's brand new. Just heard of that guy.
He's on the Cubs.
You don't get guys like Clemens and Johnson anymore.
There's never going to be another Randy Johnson. You kidding me? That guy was a freaking phenom.
Although, you know, it's funny. This kid for the Pirates,
There's no 6'10" left-hander.
this kid from the Pirates is 6'6", right? Or 6'7", Skeens?
Yeah.
And then there's a big guy coming up. I saw on Instagram. You remember Jenny Finch
Yeah.
and Casey Daigle, their son.
Oh, really?
Aaron, you heard about him?
Bro.
Yeah, he's like 6'8", 6'9". He's a huge guy. He's in college right now, but he's a big pitching prospect, it seems.
This #1 pick coming out of college, too. The guy who won the Golden Spikes a couple years in a row. Third baseman, Mashes.
All right, let's get to a. We got a cool question here on an email. Everyone, welcome. Or I'm sorry. I mean, you can email me here at JoeCode, JoeCodePodcast@gmail.com. Food, beer, men questions, or anything else really. Join the Patreon, $2 a month.
Girlfriend just asked me if she could get her nails done and if I could watch the kiddos during that time period.
Which time period?
I said, of course,
During which time period?
when I get home from this.
Oh. And then
Can you cut
patreon.com
back to me?
/JoeCodePodcast.
Yeah, I'm that dude.
And
I'm that motherfucker.
and I'm on Cameo. Book a video for that. Shut up while I'm doing this. All right, we got a great email here from our buddy Al. Important question. We're not doing the bracket yet. Dear Joe, I have an important.
Why'd you bring up the bracket?
Well, we're gonna get to it, but Al has an important question for us.
All right, I feel that.
Who do you think would win in a pickup game of 16-inch softball played at Thillins Stadium on a late July afternoon? Oh, that was a famous little park we played baseball at growing up.
That's nice.
So who do you think would win in the 16-inch pickup game at Thillins? The 1985 Bears or the 1996 Bulls? Wow, that's a great question. In this hypothetical utopian scenario, all the athletes in their prime, each team can select any starting 9, no DH, and have unlimited substitutions. It's for charity. Take it seriously, but let's still have some fun. Ditka and Phil Jackson are the skippers for their respective clubs. Wayne Messmer sings the national anthem. Rich Kaz as Svengoolie throws out the ceremonial first pitch. Joey Diora as Bozo the Clown leads the 7th inning stretch. The concession stand is serving up Vienna beef hot dogs, pizza puffs, Jay's potato chips, ice-cold RC Cola, and slices of Eagle Eye's cheesecake. Can I get any more Chicago area nostalgic references in? You betcha. The event is sponsored by Bob Rohrman and Victory Auto Wreckers. Tom Skilling predicts a high of 77 degrees with a light breeze off the lake. All right, let us know your prediction for a final score. Feel free to elaborate on which players have strong days at the plate and in the field. Maybe even explain the ultimate game-clinching sequence of events. Best, Al. Well, 16-inch softball is a beefy game. That's a big ball.
It's no gloves.
No gloves. Yeah, this is a tough question because the basketball players have big hands, so they'd be good at scooping the ball up.
I don't think this is close.
It's football.
But the 85 Bears, yeah, there's just too much meat.
Yeah.
well, and
I think they win.
yeah, 100% the football wins.
I mean, Walter Payton, the fridge.
Walter Payton's your shortstop.
I was going to say, too, like, Jordan is, to me, the greatest athlete of all time, but everyone said Walter Payton, like, could play anything and do anything on a football field.
Yeah.
Like, remember he could throw it good?
Yeah.
He was a good blocker.
He could dunk a basketball in full pads.
I think
Yeah.
he might be the best athlete. He just wasn't as tall as MJ. And
Yeah.
then, but that works for softball because also, how are you going to play infield if you're Scottie Pippen? Like, doesn't that suck bending down
Scotty,
if you're
and
6'8"?
Luke Longley, what's
Yeah,
he gonna do
useless.
out there? Bill Wennington, you kidding me?
And
Steve Kerr and Judd Bushler, look at trucked.
Your strike zone's friggin' gigantic
Yeah,
too.
it's freaking 85 Bears.
And then also, like, this
Thanks,
is
Al. It's a
such a
fun
lame
question.
technical. But in football, you got like 50 guys, so you could really
Yeah.
you could comb well. You could comb through the roster.
All right, let's get to the next round here now of the baseball bracket, which was updated
I'm excited
by
for
our
this.
buddy Joe, which is awesome. What up, Joe and Aaron? Here is the updated matchups for the All Things Baseball bracket. Let's get out there and take some hacks.
I was watching this show, Couples Therapy, and
Now,
like,
Aaron, remember, we got to start with that tiebreaker. Yeah.
this show, Couples Therapy, there's this couple in a poly relationship, so there's 3 of them. They're like a polyglot.
Yeah, stop touching me.
And the guy is so manipulative through touch. He always touches the
Stop
girls when
touching
they're being
me.
emotional. It's like to control them. But
You're not going to control me with that, if that's what you're trying to do.
no, I'm calling myself out.
All right, listen
so
to
that it
Aaron,
doesn't
'cause
happen.
he's gonna
Because
do
it
the
would happen
matchups.
if I didn't call it out. I could own you through my sexuality.
All right, so this one's just going to be you because this was the first round tiebreaker between me and Aaron, so you have to decide.
Gents, I got it. Don't sweat it.
Joe and I split on this matchup. Number 7, the Grounds Crew versus number 10, Opening Day.
Best of 7 series. Pick a winner.
Wait, what's the grounds crew?
The grounds crew, like when they get the field ready. When it rains, they put the tarp out on the field.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And they're going up against who?
They drag the dirt,
Opening Day.
paint the lines, cut the grass.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I think I love those guys. They're charming.
Yeah, I picked them.
But it's a 6-game series and it's opening day.
4-2.
Opening days, like,
Should be a national holiday.
yeah, it's monumental.
Yeah, the crew's there all season. So.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah. Do you think if that got automated, baseball would lose any money?
I don't know.
They automated the tarp once, and it cost the Cardinals a World Series because it ran over Vince Coleman.
How did they have an automated tarp, just like a
There
machine?
used to be an automatic tarp that would just go out over the infield, and somehow it caught the fastest man in baseball.
Jeez.
Wait, was that
Injured his
what
leg.
year was that?
85. Lost to the Royals.
Wait, the tarp hit a guy, you saying?
It ran over Vince Coleman's leg. He
Oh,
stole
jeez.
110 bases that year, and it ran over his
Why
leg.
is he in the way?
Second best.
Good
era for
question.
baseball?
Don't know.
80s was better. Baseball's just gotten progressively. 90s was the best. 80s was second best. Because
All right.
guys were stealing bases in the 80s.
All right,
Ricky Henderson, this Coleman guy.
All right, stay on topic. here.
Reynolds.
All right, let's get to the second round.
What, Reynolds?
Harold.
Harold? Yeah, he stole bases.
Or who's the guy? Raines. Was Raines the guy who stole a lot of bags?
Tim Raines,
Tim
is-
Raines.
was the second Ricky Anderson.
Yeah, so Tim Raines is who I was talking about.
Yeah.
But he wasn't on TV as much.
No, played Montreal. Okay.
And the White Sox.
How about those old Expos teams?
All right, shut up.
I mean, really. All right. Back to the Jackie Robinson division, round 2.
I love that.
We got number 1, Stealing Home versus number 9, Sound of the Wood. That's not. Sound of the ball hitting the wood bat.
Yeah, sound of the wood bat.
I don't know who the it's the guy who wrote the sound of the wood bat hitting the ball. Like, that's so like Field of Dreams romantic for me.
Yeah,
That's-
it's like a romantic.
yeah,
thing.
that's better for poetry, I guess. But in actuality, it's Stealing Home 4-game sweep.
Yeah, Stealing Home's, man, they're going to be tough to beat, I think, in this tournament.
Stealing Home's incredible.
Yeah, it's so great. I used to love doing it as the great athlete I was when we'd have a short backstop. Like, let's say the catcher would be like where the camera is, and then the backstop's like here, and it would go in the corner, and you'd have to bust your ass to home.
Yeah, it's more fun to do. And then also the way it gets shot in a major league game where the camera's on the pitcher and then you just hear the crowd start to scream.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
crowd gives it away.
Yeah.
And then you see the pitcher panic and then the camera cuts to home plate and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool sequence.
Yeah, 4-0 sweep.
Yeah, at the end of the Sandlot, you don't hear the jet cracking the wood. He steals home.
Yeah.
Okay, then we've got number 2, the no-hitter, versus number 10, opening day.
Yeah, now you guys are going to freaking lose this.
Are you picking or is it just me?
Yeah, we're all picked.
Oh, okay, we're all
Three
picking.
of us, yeah.
Is no hitter the same as perfect game?
No.
No.
So perfect game's another one on here.
I don't think perfect game's even on
Perfect
the list.
game's not on here, but a perfect game is getting every single batter out. Like a no-hitter, you can have walks and still have a no-hitter.
Yeah, that's
Or
why.
error, yeah.
That's what changes
Yeah.
this a bit.
There's still only been like 300.
I mean, a
Can we
no-hitter.
change it to perfect game?
No.
No.
Change it. I mean, I'm still going to say no-hitter because no-hitters are great. It's a lot of fun. People go crazy. I know opening day has like a fun excitement and freshly painted lines and the dirt's fresh. But I'm going to say no hitter wins 4-2 over opening day.
Let's get convoluted here.
Yeah.
If no hitter loses, do perfect games still exist in this bracket universe?
No.
No, it's not one of the options.
It's
They
not either or. Like if we don't lose no hitters, but you'd still like can I have opening day, and if I pick opening day, do I still have perfect games?
No, they're not on the bracket.
opening game or yeah,
They
perfect
didn't make-
game's
they didn't
not
make
in
the tournament.
bracket. Yeah.
Okay, copy.
Yeah.
I think I'm still. Oof. Yeah, I got to go no hitters then. 7-game series.
I don't think. I mean, when
4-3?
you're watching a perfect game versus watching a no hitter, I don't think it's any more exciting necessarily. I think they're
They're pretty close.
pretty close. So it's like
You know what it is? It's historically there's been like 300 no hitters, right? But there's only been like
320 something. Yeah.
But there's only been like 50 perfect games or
I
something.
think it's like 30. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like
so I guess for
10
me
to
it's
1.
more the scarcity of
The
it.
rarity,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
for sure.
rareness of it.
Yeah, I think no hitter wins. The only crack against no hitters is that you don't know they're happening till about the 7th. Even if
true.
you're there.
Yeah.
I've seen one live and it was like, oh really? Shit! Like it just doesn't occur to you until it gets late. And it's
Well,
like,
if you're
oh,
looking at
shit.
the scoreboard and see that 0 under the hits column,
Yeah, but you don't. You see that through 6, you're like, what? Whatever.
Yeah, you don't start getting excited till like at least after the 5th inning.
Yeah.
All right,
Because
so you-
opening day
unless
is an
you're a
exciting
kid.
thing all the time, and there's
Yeah.
anticipation for it. But
What about
Yeah,
like a
no hitter
Nolan
still wins.
Ryan no hitter where it's a no hitter but there's like 15 walks?
yeah, could happen.
Those are kind of cool.
yeah, AJ Burnett walked 8 when he no-hit the Padres.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you
Bud
say
Smith,
4-3?
I think Bud Smith is the one I saw, and I think he walked between 4 and 6.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I watched them. My favorite perfect game was Mark Burley, and I was watching
Yeah,
it live.
Burley did it. Yeah,
and
I
the
saw
center
that one.
fielder had that incredible
Yeah,
catch.
Dwayne Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, didn't he bobble it a little bit and then he held on to it?
Yeah,
that
it was
the
it was like a
sickest.
diving.
It was a
yeah.
home run robbery, I think.
It was so cool.
Yeah, it was something amazing. Yeah, I think it was a home run robbery.
And then the do you remember that kid from Oakland lost his perfect game because the umpire got it wrong?
It was
Dallas
Detroit.
Braden or something, or Dallas?
No, Dallas Braden threw a perfect game.
Right.
It was, I think it's Armando Galarraga. He was playing for Detroit, and he lost it when Jim Joyce called the runner, the last batter of the game, safe at first base.
Oh,
and he was
geez.
out.
He
and
was out.
And then
Wow.
Armando was nice and hugged him before their next game, and the umpire
Yeah.
was crying.
Yeah, he was so mad. He obviously replay would have easily turned that over this time, but yeah.
I was also trying to annoy Joe there.
With what?
Tangents, dude.
Yeah.
Just assaulting you with tangents, bro.
All right, so no hitter wins that matchup. Then we've got number 3 Sunflower Seeds versus number 11 Catcher's Gear.
Ooh.
Yeah, there were
This
16
one's
seeds
creative.
on each
I
side.
like this.
By the way.
No, I love it.
I mean, again, I'm biased because I played catcher. I loved putting on that gear. It was fun to hook on the shin guards. Then you'd put on the chest protector, and then you'd like slap yourself with it. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm padded up," and then you'd have the helmet. But then there are hot days where you dread putting that equipment on. It can be pretty unbearable in the heat
Can't imagine how sweaty your nuts got.
to wear that gear.
Just a rainforest.
Sunflower seeds are fun. I would do them. You know, they taste good. It's cool to be able to chew on something while you're playing a sport. But I'm gonna say catcher's gear 4 to 3. I like catcher's gear advancing.
I'm biased because I am a sunflower, but
Yeah,
I think
That's true.
Okay, Post Malone.
yeah, I go catcher's gear as well. I think it's iconic. I think the mask is iconic.
Yeah.
I think just the whole responsibility of being a catcher is.
And then
is-
old school, we used to have the helmet, and then you have the mask separate. Now they have like a hockey helmet.
And do you remember when the helmet kind of switched and it was the long helmet in the back,
when?
like the kind of cool?
Oh
looking?
yeah.
My thing is, if you lose sunflower seeds, which are hard to eat, you still got Big League Chew, and you still have tobacco.
Yeah.
So you've got other oral things that can replace them.
Yeah, you like oral things.
I do like playing around in a mouth a little bit. I like that it's dirty, bacteria laden.
So you say they win how many?
I'm gonna go catcher's gear, gentleman's sweep 4 to 1.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna agree as well, 4 to 1. I just wish that guys were more creative with their gear.
Like hockey goalies?
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
want that sweet fucking paint job on that mask.
Yeah, they should do that with
Some
the
guys have done
helmets.
it, but not enough.
Yeah.
Who's a better catcher, Crash Davis or Tom Berenger's character from Major League?
Jake Taylor.
Yeah.
Jake Taylor here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go Jake Taylor.
Crash Davis is a better switch hitter with power. Set the minor league record. Yeah,
Might be
it's
right.
Crash Davis. Jake's knees are shot, but he's had a great life.
They're both lovers.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got next matchup, final matchup of this division. Number 13, the knuckleball, versus number 12, getting dirty / sliding.
Oh!
Here, I'll let you go
Wait, so if
first.
we lose, sliding is all of baseball upright?
No, it's a bracket, man.
What are you talking about?
It's just what we love the most.
But like, whoa.
No, it's like
Oh,
it's like what's cooler, basically. Getting dirty and sliding.
oh,
You know,
this
like
is
diving for the ball.
this
getting
is the
grass
hardest one.
stains.
This is the hardest one for me. I think I'm gonna go knuckleball in a 7-gamer. I love at-home slides where they kind of like jump around the catcher and then they sometimes they gotta scramble back to the plate.
Yeah.
I love Ricky Henderson going head first and then just popping up. Or you know when a guy slides, the tag's not even close. He goes foot first and then he just jumps up all cool and
Yeah.
confident. Sick. But man, watching a knuckleballer, like I grew up, Tim Wakefield was the guy.
Yeah.
And just when he was dialed and he just make all these pros look like they had no clue what was going on. I love that.
Including his own catcher.
Yeah. You just don't know what's going to happen. And then the fact that most knuckleballers, it's their only pitch.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's guys.
They're doing more.
Yeah, there's a guy in San Diego who throws like 90 and then knuckleballs.
Jesus.
And the knuckleball's coming at 80.
Oh, it's kind of a fast knuckleball, huh?
It is, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say 7-game series, but knuckleball takes it.
To me, I'm gonna say knuckleball takes it way more easily. I think it's 4 to 1. As someone who plays and would have to launder their own stuff, I'd rather not get dirty.
Yeah.
I'm getting sweaty enough. I don't need to look like Robert Vertrees.
I was just hanging with Robert last week. He's the man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
All right, then we're switching over to the post-game snack division. Although none of these are really post-game snacks. Don't let that fool you. Number 16, sidearm pitcher versus number 8, the early developed 13-year-old who cranks homers.
Yeah.
dude,
How do you like
These
that?
are so good.
Yeah.
Dude, the nostalgia is just crazy. I got to go overdeveloped 13-year-old who cranks homers.
Wow.
That might be a sweep, honestly. Because I can remember them. They're so iconic in your memory.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Chris Go. The way that guy would just bash homers.
I don't know, Aaron. What are you feeling here?
I'm also leaning 13-year-old who bashes homers. They beat, by the way, JT, in the first round, they beat out a 13-year-old who throws heat.
Yeah, throws heaters.
That guy was intimidating for
Yes,
sure.
that's
yeah.
all I faced my last year Little League. And,
It's scary.
and,
You didn't want to get in the
ruined me.
box on those dudes.
Ruined me. And also, they're cruising for Tommy John surgery. So.
This guy wanted to fight me at a party one time. We were like 18, and my buddy Rod grabs me and he's like, dude, just apologize, leave that guy alone. I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you know about him? He's like, when we were 12, I threw like a 60-mile-an-hour fastball and he cranked it out of the park.
Yeah, leave him alone.
I was like, oh my god, no! I never hit one out of the park. Did you?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
fun.
So you were that overdeveloped 13-year-old?
No, I mean not a whole lot. I mean, a couple times. I mean, I had a lot of like home runs. Well, most
Inside
of the
the
parks
park?
growing up, there were no fences.
Yeah.
I didn't have a fence till like I was a teenager, but growing up, I legged out a lot of homers, but only a couple over the fence. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna say, yeah. I mean, the sidearm pitcher, that's really gonna mess your arm up at some point. It's just kind of, it looks fun, but also kind of weird, and it's like I'm kind of annoyed by it a little bit.
Yeah, it is kind of. It almost feels like deceitful, like deceptive.
Yeah.
Like you're like, can I trust this guy?
Yeah, I'll go the early developed 13-year-old who cranks homers 4-2.
And when you're watching the Little League World Series and all the kids are tiny, and then one dude walks in, and he's
Yeah.
like 3 feet taller than everyone and
Yeah.
fucking husky
6'3"
as
with a
fuck.
mustache.
Yeah.
Guess what's coming up in the next matchup?
Yeah, next matchup's number 2, Little League World Series versus number 7, Giving Signs.
Third base coach.
Giving Signs is awesome. Is that kind of a lost art too? I just don't see it highlighted as much and stuff. But
yeah. Well, I broke Joe's brain last week, letting him know that the catcher doesn't show signs anymore.
Yeah,
Now it's all
I-
electronic.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
catchers don't call the pitch anymore?
They do, but it's electronic. They have a thing on their shin guard most of the time, and they press a button and it relays a signal.
So
to
it's
the pitcher.
basically like with the quarterback and having a headset in the NFL.
I mean, they
now.
kind of have to do that, right? Because so many guys were stealing, like with
Yeah,
the Astros and
yeah.
like back in the day stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to kind of fight technology with technology. I'm going to go with Little League World Series. I think it's such a. It's up there with opening day for me, where like what makes baseball great is these traditions that feel so like nostalgic and
Yeah,
family
these
and
kids
American.
are excited and it's fun and
So yeah, I'm going to. I think it's a sweep actually.
yeah. I mean, giving signs against the Little League World Series, that's really a tough draw. But I'll say 4-1 because some signs are cool.
Yeah, I will go that way as well. Even though I'm waiting to knock out the Little League World Series. I don't really enjoy it.
Danny Almonte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old's that guy now? 65.
He's older. He's like my dad.
Yeah.
He was throwing heat.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. 16 pitching to 12-year-olds.
Yeah, he was destroying kids.
All right, number 3, Hitting for the Cycle versus number 11, the Walk-Off Homer.
That's a good matchup.
That's a good matchup.
You know what it is, man? I love this cycle for just how arbitrarily sick it is. Because, like, hitting 2 home runs in a game is better, but I love the cycle.
Yeah.
It is cool. But
You can also do it in a loss.
yeah, that's the thing. The walk-off
Probably
homer, I mean, the hitting for the cycle is good for that one person. It's like, yeah, the guys are happy for him, but the walk-off homer is like, hey, we won the game. We get to hit you with a shaving cream pie in the face while you're doing a post-game interview and dump liquids on your head,
Yeah, and this
Gatorade, water.
cycle, like, yeah, you're right. There's no celebration of like a walk-off homer when the guy comes around third and then he's about to like jump on the plate. And the
Yeah,
team
there's
mobs
just so
him.
much there. It's like, yeah, hitting for the cycle is cool, but it's so low key. Like that's for sure one of a thing that you really don't know it happens until it happens, and yeah, just the walk off homer, just the roaring of the crowd, and it's so fun.
And we remember like Joe Carter's like walk off homer. You don't really remember. I can't really remember someone's cycle.
That's true.
Yeah, I like the number 11 seed upset here. Walk off homer.
How did walk off homer get an 11 seed? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like Duke being in the 11 slot.
I'll say 4-2 they win. What do you think?
Yeah, I think cycle is scrappy as hell. So I'm gonna go 4-2.
Yeah.
Just because I love this cycle.
Yep, I agree. Last matchup here in this division.
This is awesome.
Number 13, spring training versus number 12, the switch hitter.
Oh. I've never been. So
it's a
I think
tough
if I had
matchup.
been to spring training, it would be spring training.
It's
right?
fun.
Yeah, I've never been either.
Arizona, I went.
And everyone who goes is like, I remember I had friends when I was a kid who were like, yeah, we're going to Arizona to see spring training. And like, you'd bring your program and your binoculars.
Yeah,
and
it's fun. It's just a party because it's exhibition games, so you're not fully invested in the game. You're just having a good time in the sun while it's cold back home in your state. If you're from a cold state, you're out getting some sun, getting escape in the cold. And that against the switch hitter. I don't know. Yeah, this is an interesting matchup here. Anyone leaning a particular way?
I'm trying to remember. Was Mickey Mantle was a switch hitter, right?
Correct. One of the greatest of all time.
Hey, Mike.
Who are the other big switch hitters?
Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones is not one of the greatest of all time.
Switch hitters.
Ian Happ.
Jose Uribe.
No. Juan Uribe.
Oh, Jose Uribe.
Oh, Jose. You're right. Juan's
All
a
the
right-hander.
whole Uribe
Jose
family.
was,
Will Clark.
switch hitter.
Will Clark's just a lefty.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say that 'cause he's a Giants fan over there.
He can't hear you, so that's
Oh,
Um,
damn.
Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray is one of the best.
Yeah. Then Tim Raines, dude,
Yeah, Tim Raines.
Yeah,
is switch
Tim
coming
hitter.
up again.
Raines.
Pete Rose, Carlos Beltran,
Yep.
Bernie
Bruce
Williams,
Beltran.
Lance Berkman.
Yep.
That's and Roberto
Oh, yeah, Lance
Alomar.
Berkman.
Roberto Alomar probably.
Kroger's a switch hitter too.
Yeah.
Now, what about
One of the greatest of all time, athletically.
so that against spring training? It's tough to equate sometimes in these matchups, but you really have to dig deep, use your imagination. You got a brain in your head. Why don't you frickin' use it?
Again, because baseball is so much about the pageantry, the history, the way it's like kind of baked into the culture of the year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go spring training. All those guys can just bat in their natural swing. So I'm gonna go spring training 4-3.
I like
7-game
that.
series.
I like that you did that. I mean, the switch hitter thing is cool.
It's awesome.
But yeah, similar to opening day, there's an excitement with spring training. Like I was saying, if you're in a cold winter and you go out to Florida or Arizona, you're getting some escape in the cold. You get to have fun, and you see baseball. You probably get closer to the players during spring training. Probably get to even talk with some of them. I bet. So yeah, spring training 4-3, I say as well. Aaron, we both said spring training
We're talking here.
4-3. I mean, I have a podcast going on.
I know.
here.
I'm relaying to him the story I told already on this podcast. I would pick the switch hitter, but because I just think it's so hard to do and be really good at. But you guys have outvoted me, so
Yeah.
What's your series?
4-3. It's close.
Yeah, it's close.
I mean, we just think there's such an excitement. You're closer to the players in spring
Yeah.
training.
Yeah, but again, if I'd been, it'd probably put it over the top. But I haven't been.
Isn't the difference too in like this is what kind of knocked it down for me with switch hitters? Aren't the splits never that great? Like they're kind of batting on the other side just to
Well, they're
show they
usually
can.
better at one.
They're
Yeah.
usually better at lefty because they see it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they hit lefty, they're like 320, and when they hit righty, they're like 250. You're like, why are you even doing this?
Yeah, to some degree. We've got two guys on the Cardinals who are switch hitters, and I'm just like, just be right-handed. You're so much better on both.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
that's my thing.
I hope they suck this weekend
Yeah, they won't.
against the Cubs. 4-game series.
Yeah,
Who's the best in baseball right now?
the Phillies.
Phillies.
Is Bryce Harper mashing?
He's actually hurt. It's the
Oh,
whole
what's
team is-
new?
Yeah, Bellinger just got hurt too.
I think he got hit
on
with
the pitch.
I think he got hit or something.
Oh, is Bellinger hitting good?
Yeah,
He's back?
yeah, but now he's got a broken middle finger, so he'll be out a couple weeks.
How's the exit velocity on his hits?
I don't know.
You don't do those new stats?
No, I don't really pay attention to that. But all right, we got a couple more emails. One from a guy who was at the show the other night. All right, we got this email is from Sour Cream Dave. FBM. Oh yeah, food beer man. Nothing really to say, but if you can please give a shout out to my boy Al Nas, that would be awesome. Or maybe it's AI Nas. No, I think it's Al Nas. That would be awesome. Thanks, big guy. Sour Cream Dave. All right, and then last email from Brandon. Bros Before Joe's. He says, yo, what up, Joe, Aaron, and any legend of a guest that might be on the pod? Luckily, I was in town to be at the first Bros Before shows, Joe, and it was an absolute banger. It really was. Did you have fun?
I had a good time.
Good. The Four Horsemen and the Schmoll killed once again. The Schmoll serenading your huge hog, Chad destroying Van Guy in a push-up contest, and you doing a Joe Eats with the Comedy Store pizza. Speaking of that Joe Eats, we were sitting front row, and the little piece of pizza that flew out of your mouth did make it into my ex-GF's drink. Yeah, I remember I was talking, and then food spit, and I was kidding. I was like, there's no way. I was like, yeah, if it goes in your drink, let me know. I'll get you another one. And he goes, I just wanted to let you know in case the thought of did I make it in or not kept you up at night. Thanks for putting on a dank show. Unreal. Yeah, and then he sends pics. Yeah, you can see the little
Oh, yeah, look at that.
the little crumb of food that made it into the drink. You could see he circled in blue a little crumb of pizza that flew out of my mouth into his ex-GF's drink, which I wonder if she just kept on drinking her drink, fished it out, or asked the server for another drink. I'm guessing she kept drinking it because they didn't say anything. But if it was me, I would have... they should have told me. I would have got him another drink, So...
Who's more important to baseball history? The Cubs or the Cardinals?
the Cubs. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Fuck off. 11 world titles,
Well,
my friend.
They've won 11.
11.
Oh, are they trashing the cards?
JT just asked, who's more important in baseball history, the Cubs, the Cardinals?
I didn't think Aaron was listening.
Yeah, the Cardinals.
But the Cubs not winning the series is such a big part of baseball
Yeah, but
history.
that's already done.
But no, in a
They
good
did
way. In a good way. It's a huge chapter in the book of
Oh, I
baseball.
see what you're
It's
saying.
108 years, yeah.
Whereas, like, even though the Cardinals have 11 and they've had all-timers, you got to be a pretty seasoned baseball fan to care about Stan Musial and Lou Brock and
Yeah, I don't know
and
who
Bob
Yeah,
Gibson.
who would even care about
Yeah, but how
that?
many of those Cubs can you name?
Mark Grace, who's that good second baseman?
Thank
you guys had
you,
in the
Ryan
90s?
Sandberg,
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa.
So
I know you can name it, Joe. I'm just saying
Yeah, can you?
JT just rattled off Hall of Fame Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals guys I named are better, but Sosa's the most famous of all of them.
Can you name more Cubs? Come on.
Kerry Wood.
Thank you.
It's like
20 strikeouts at 20 years old.
That was sick when he
Suck-
did that.
Suck on everything.
Who was like the best guys on their championship team?
Yeah, name them.
I forget.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Dusty Baker? Was he the
most-
manager?
the
Oh,
most
No, Joel
unmemorable-
Madden. Joel Madden.
No,
most
Joe
unmemorable,
Madden, not Joel Madden.
Joel Madden's
from,
the guy who directed
No,
Shakespeare.
no,
in
isn't that the
Love.
guy in Good Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean Shakespeare in Love?
Albert Pujols. So it really comes down to Pujols and Sosa.
Pujols
No, it
was
doesn't. That
one of
was
the top 4 of all
McGuire
time.
and Sosa.
Oh, McGuire's a Cardinal.
He was, yeah.
All right, I think we got to wrap it up. You got to go, probably, right?
Yeah, you guys got to settle that though.
What?
It's a battle.
What about who's historically? I don't care.
You gotta know. You gotta care.
No, I don't. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Joe Code Podcast. Pleasure to have JT on again. We'll see you again in 6 months. Unless you really want to come back. So you better stop this, okay? Stop touching me with your gross fingers.
Don't say it like that, because when you say it like
You're
that,
probably picking your
but when you
toes.
say it like that, you make it sound like you actually don't like it, and then it makes me look like I'm busting boundaries.
Yeah, I don't
when
like
in reality,
being touched by
you've
men.
written me letters, handwritten letters, where you say how much it means to you that I'm physically affectionate.
Yeah, well, not on camera, okay?
Well, when are you going to just let me love you the way you like to be loved and let people see that?
I don't want them to see that. All right, be
Well, I
quiet,
respect
because
that.
now I got to wrap up. I'm going to say goodbye. All right.
If you had to kiss a guy,
wouldn't be you. Not with those lips. All right, shut up now. All right? Because we're going to end the episode. You got to get home to the kids.
You're coming.
Maybe. I got to wash my duvet, I said.
No, you're coming to see
And
your
also these
you're
new
coming to see your
corduroy. I just got
godchildren.
these new corduroy
You're coming to see your
shirt
godchildren.
jackets that I have to try on.
If you don't come see your
See if
godchildren,
they fit.
you're no longer Italian.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. That is this episode of Joe Code. I was going to say Joe Eats. That's it for this episode of Joe Code. Thanks a lot, JT.
Yeah, have
Thanks a
fun
lot,
being
Aaron.
Portuguese, asshole.
The hell does that mean? All right, shut up. All right, thanks a lot, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. This is Joe Code. I'm Joe Marrese.